Johnny, I got a new set here. You see kind of the update?
Yeah, I see the Kobe photo in the background. That's
Yeah, we got there's a Kobe photo. There's no long, there used to be a plant here. There's a bison. There's a flag. I don't know. We're updated. We're more professional
I
today.
know you look like you're going hunting instead of wearing your normal jersey.
This is the WNBA official hoodie of the WNBA.
Okay. Well, the microphone was covering the logo, so it
Yeah,
just looked like you got your orange
just
hunting.
my hunting gear. I should have like the hunting beanie and everything
Well, I was just
on.
talking to Dave about his gun collection, so that's what was in my mind. We're having this conversation, so.
Well, thanks for coming on. I want to welcome everyone to this edition of Silicon Slopes Live. We're on here with the founder and CEO of Homey, Jonny Hanna. Jonny was also one of the co-founders of Entrada, former president of Entrada, hence the t-shirt. I love that you're representing that, my friend. I want to start with this partnership that you recently announced, Homey recently announced with the United Way around rent relief. Can you talk about what you're doing there?
Yeah, I think, I mean, all of the town halls you've been having, I mean, we're talking about a lot of the jobs that are being lost because of the virus and its effect on the economy. So a lot of people are hurting right now. A lot of people are in pain and not able to pay their rent, not able to pay their mortgage. And we've been doing really well as a company. We had our best month of all time last month, and we wanted to step up in the areas that we could help. And one of those would be to help cover people's rent and cover their mortgage. So we've partnered with the United Way, and we're in Utah, Nevada, and Arizona is where we're operating currently. And we've agreed to donate up to $100,000 in each area. So yeah, and they've been a great partner. And Mike Peregrina, one of my partners, he's from Las Vegas. He actually was affected during the downturn in 2008. He lost all of his rental properties. It was painful to him. And so this is something that he's championing down in Las Vegas and helping, all the people that he knew growing up, because Vegas is really hit hard right now with all the casinos and trade shows being down.
Yeah, I can't even imagine. I mean, Vegas having to Vegas being shut down is nuts. How the toll that's going to take on their economy. I mean, it's taking a toll on everyone's economy, but in particular, I imagine Vegas is just getting decimated right now. With that city being shut down. I mean, that's just kind of the sole source of that economy. I love that you're doing that. How do people learn more?
They can go to, we have a bunch of ads all over social media. The Tribune just came out with it, but yeah, Homey Helps is the name of the program. So if you just Googled Homey Helps, it'll pull you right to the website.
And the next thing I want to talk to you about, and we had you on the town hall to talk about this, and I love your leadership here. You've been a leader on this issue well before coronavirus, and I love that you're taking the lead here again as we're in the thick of this thing, and that is mental health. And it's been a crisis in our community, in the business and tech community, for quite some time. I honestly think 2019 was one of the most devastating years for that. We lost a lot of people far too soon in 2019 on this issue. Talk to me how you're dealing with it as a company and some of the things you've been working on this front.
Yeah, I think when you talk about mental health, I think we automatically go to suicide. I think that's the immediate trigger that we all have. And rightfully so. Like you said, 2019 was hard. You and I had, some mutual friends, I think, that are no longer here. I have a former coworker at Entrada that took his life. I have a great friend from college that took his life. I had family members that, had to be checked in, to not take their lives. And I think that's where we go because it's so traumatic. But the truth of it is that the one in four Americans suffers, 1 in 4 adults suffers with a diagnosable mental health condition, whether it's anxiety or depression. And beyond that, like mental health, like if you think about these people that go running or do yoga or whatever exercise, like it's to be physically fit, there are exercises you can do mentally to keep you present. And especially in a pandemic, we go to fear, we go to stress, we go to worry. There's all these things that affect us, and there's tools that can help us be healthy and find peace in whatever situation we happen to be dealing with. And so it's just become a passion of mine. We rolled out a program for my company about a year ago, and these tools have been remarkable. That they're, of course, perfect for us right now in this time. But every company, I think, struggles with drama. There's uh, people in the company that are the persecutors. There's people that are victims. There's enablers. We all play those different roles at different times in our lives. And if you can align people to understand mental health, you can actually be a more effective company. And so it's not just, pure, altruism. There's an economic benefit to Homey for us being united around mental health and just being able to be more present cognitively.
What advice would you have for leaders, other CEOs, other leaders of teams and organizations on how to deal with this and lead on the mental health front with their team?
I think the number one thing leaders can do is just be vulnerable. Like everybody I've talked to, I think, I've heard you have this conversation. Like we're all at home. We're not working from home. We're all at home. We're trying to work from home. But the truth is this is hard. And so being open and vulnerable about how hard it is for us, not just be like, I'm grabbing the bull by the horns. I'm the best leader. I'm going to plow through this. Like anybody who says that and acts that way, I think probably an hour later they're crashing, and they're not being honest. But it's hard. And I think if you can share some of your personal trials and personal difficulties, you create an environment of safety and trust with your employees and with your coworkers, and they'll look to you as somebody who's honest. They can look to you as somebody they can confide in and say, you know what, I had a really hard day today. Or, hey, this being at home thing, I got kids and I'm not going to be able to do my regular schedule. I'm not going to be able to get my projects done like I normally do. And I think, to me, just being real and vulnerable is key. And that's the number one thing I would recommend.
You said something interesting earlier that the last month was Homie's best month of all time. And that makes me wonder, and obviously, you can't speak for the whole housing market in the United States and the state of Utah, but give me your take on how, I mean, the last 2008 was devastating for the housing market, as you mentioned with Mike P in Vegas. But I mean, everyone was getting decimated throughout the country on the housing side. This is a little bit different. This economic crisis. I wonder what your thoughts are and what your opinion will be on how this is going to affect home prices and the housing market moving forward.
Yeah, I mean, we've had just countless debates as a company. We've had meetings with our board to really try to figure out forecasting. Forecasting for any company like ours is difficult. But yeah, right now, like we do see a rebound occurring. We see us getting past this COVID-19 virus. We see us kind of getting through it here in a month or so. And I definitely think with all the jobs that have been lost, we're thinking that a lot of those people will get their jobs back and there'll be a pretty substantial rebound. I've never been a fan of these inflating home prices. I feel like they've been out of control. So I personally think this will help to kind of get those back to a good place. I don't think they're going to drop significantly. Just because of how strong Utah is, I think we're going to continue to attract people. People that are losing their jobs right now in California, Washington, their home prices are double, triple what ours are. So I think we're going to continue to have people move here. And we've already had a lack of supply. So it's going to be interesting. But I do think that housing prices will kind of flatten and normalize the rest of this year. I think there's going to be an influx in buyers. Right now, buyers are kind of holding back a little bit. We're seeing fewer tours. Of course, people don't want to leave their house, which I advise that as well. We're doing more virtual tours now than ever, more video walkthroughs, more FaceTime with the owners of the home, going to around their house. We're doing 3D tours as well. We're sending that out to all of our clients so everybody just gets a free 3D tour so that buyers can see it in a 3-dimensional view. But yeah, I think Utah in particular is going to stay really strong. It's just gonna, I think this quarter is really going to affect us for the rest of the year, but we'll have a good rebound in Q3.
I love the optimism, my friend, and thanks for your thoughts again on the mental health. You've been a real leader on that for so long, and I really appreciate everything you've done there. Everyone, go check out Homie Helps. What Homie's doing with United Way, that's critical. This rent relief. So many people, that are struggling with that right now. I love that the governor, made rent deferments part of his initiative about a week ago. I don't know, maybe it was yesterday. Could have been today. Everything's just kind of blended together.
Everything blends, man. Yeah.
But I appreciate you, my friend. Thanks for coming on. I'm sure we'll check in with you again.
Sounds good. Hey, thanks for having me.
See you, Jonny.
Good to see you.